Welcome back to It Takes a Universe. I'm Ashley, and in this video, we will go over the definition of a guest star role. We will look over a guest star script that I've auditioned for. We will watch a guest star clip and discuss it, and we'll go over how to list a guest star credit on your resume. A guest star is an actor who supports an episode. A guest star typically appears in multiple scenes throughout the episode, and they have a character arc in that same episode. The episode sort of revolves around their story. Example of guest stars are actors who play the killer in crime shows, or the patients in medical shows, or someone the lead character goes on a date with. Think of guest stars as a guest in your house. They are just there for one day or one episode. Now, if it's a reoccurring guest star, it's the same definition where they're going to be in multiple scenes and they have a character arc and the story slightly revolves around their story. They'll just be in multiple episodes instead of one. Now, when auditioning for a guest star or a reoccurring guest star, your character will actually have a name, unlike a co-star, which is typically just listed as an occupation. And if you haven't checked out the co-star definition video, check it out here. Now let's look over a guest star script that I've auditioned for. This will be for HBO show Winning Time. My guest star audition in Winning Time was for Melissa, a female, 18 to 22, Black, dated a famous basketball player. That was all the information they gave us, so let's look at the script. And just a heads up, this scene is with two ladies and they do not like each other, but we have no information prior to this, just the script itself. Interior Lansing Hospital, maternity ward day, the soft cry of an infant, Andre, 2 days, cradled up to the chest of Melissa Martin, 19, still in a hospital gown. Congratulations. Melissa looks up, startled to see Susie enter. That's a beautiful boy. Thank you. Size of those feet, he's gonna be a big one. She steps up, Melissa shifts, protective. Surprised to see you here. Just curious. Or salty it ain't you. Just here to support a sister, bringing a child into the world all by her lonesome. Susie keeps an even keel, but Melissa doesn't trust it. What difference does it make to you? I'm gonna be just fine. I'm sure you will. We both know enough women who've carried a load by themselves. But what about your son? Melissa stiffens. He deserves a father who will shout his name with pride. Melissa, that's on him. A hint of bitterness. I ain't standing between him and his child. He's the one that's running. But Susie holds her stare. Your boy is gonna know his daddy. How? Through Dr. Weston? He's saying, fuck Dr. Weston. Their eyes meet. I'm telling you what I know. How? Because I know my man. Beat, unwavering, and now Melissa sees beyond her Eugene stepping through the doorway on his own 2 feet, followed by Eugene Sir and Christine, and the Martins. No sign of Weston or any intermediaries. Eugene pauses as he sees the baby, tears in his eyes. Go on, son. They don't break too easy. To Melissa, may I? She nods. Eugene Sr. looks to Mr. Martin, who nods his own assent. And Eugene Sr. takes baby Andre from Melissa, depositing him with tender care in Eugene's trembling hands. Nervous to Melissa? What's his name? Andre. End. So let's scroll back up. This whole episode is essentially about Melissa bringing in this baby into the world. So it appears, since we do not have the full script, that Susie is the current girlfriend of the basketball player, and maybe Melissa was the ex or a fling. So we have to follow who's going to take care of this baby. Is the father going to be in the baby's life or is he not? So without Melissa being here and giving birth to the son, this story would not move forward. Now we're going to watch 2 guest star clips from actors of color. I'd like to thank Shakira Janae Pay and Philip Garcia for lending me their guest star clips. Both of these guest stars are moving the story forward, but one is kind of to hinder and add comedic value, and one is to actually help the series regulars. So let's check it out.
There's my girl. So, how was your first day at the clinic? What? So fulfilling.
We met so many different kinds of people with such incredible stories.
See? Oh gosh, you guys get it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No, thank you. Are you kidding me? So same time next week?
Oh, you want us to do this again next week?
Yeah. But not in the like, I'm making you do it kind of way. This is like a fun thing for us to do together.
Ugh.
So this was optional.
Yeah.
See, Vanessa, I told you. She thought we had to come since you're like our boss and all.
So you guys are only here because I'm your boss.
Oh, I'm so glad you get it. A lot of people would not be cool with that.
Thanks for clearing that up, because next weekend I'm having an experience in the desert.
Oh, in the okay. Bye.
Just to cue you guys in, these 3 guest stars were seen earlier in the episode. They had a character arc that we're talking about for guest stars. So the first scene is where Tracee Ellis Ross is offering this opportunity and they think it's mandatory, so they want to get on her good side and they act excited. Then we see them doing the opportunity and they're, you know, getting through it. And then we see the clip that we just watched where they find out this was optional and they don't have to lie and they're gonna go about their business. So the whole episode revolved around Tracee Ellis trying to bond with them being excited, not enjoying it, and then being honest. It was simply to hinder Tracee Ellis Ross, move the story forward, and add comedic value.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
Nobody's trying to take you in. We just want to talk about why you were watching the crime scene.
Well, I live across the street. I can't sleep at that fountain.
Were you there the night of the murder, Mr. Benson?
Yeah. I was getting ready to go to sleep, and I saw the whole thing.
So there's no blood?
What happened? What happened? Well, I tried to help that lady when that lunatic jumped her. I mean, the dude came out of nowhere. Poor lady, I mean, she punched him and bam, just... But dude was ice cold. He had this look. His face was like frozen. He had these, I don't know, it must have been knives. And he's stabbing her, he just kept stabbing her. And...
Why did you run from us, Mr. Benson?
I thought y'all would blame me. I mean, I was there when it happened.
Do you recognize this man?
That's the guy. I saw him real good when he got out of the fountain. I thought he was chasing me when I ran, and I ran right past this other woman.
And just like Shakira's guest star, Philip's guest star also had a prior scene in this episode where the cops were trying to talk to him and he ran away, thinking that they would blame him for the murder. So now in this scene that we just watched, he is the witness to the murder and identifies the killer. That is like, hello, he is solving the crime, literally helping the series regulars, the leads, and moving the story forward. He told all the details about it and confirmed the killer, so the whole episode revolves around his story, and they wouldn't be able to solve the murder mystery without him. Now let's go over how you would list your guest star credit on your theatrical resume. How you would list a guest star on your theatrical resume is one of 2 ways, just like we did in the co-star video. So let's say we are adding Shakira Janae Pay's guest star on Blackish to her resume. So you want to have 3 columns. The first column is the show name, the second column is your role title, and the third column is the director. So for Shakira, we would be putting Blackish, the role name would be guest star, and the director is Kenya Barris. Now, sometimes you can add the network, and that is completely optional, up to you. Like I mentioned in the co-star video, most casting directors know directors' names and what network it's on, so it's not necessarily 100% a thing you need to do. But in case you wanted to, let's say we were doing Philip's guest star, it would be show CSI, and let's pretend that he was in more than 1 episode, so 2 or more episodes, then that would be a recurring guest star, and the director of CSI is Danny Cannon / the network is CBS. So totally up to you if you want to just put the director or the director and the network. And reminder, a guest star is just for 1 episode, and a recurring guest star is 2 or more episodes. And there you have it. A guest star is an actor who supports an episode, right? We see the guest star in multiple scenes in that episode, and they typically have a character arc. The whole episode revolves around their story. Like Shakira Janae Pay's guest star, it's basically the volunteer opportunity that Tracee Ellis Ross is offering to them to try to bond with them. The whole episode was about that. And the same with Philip Garcia's guest star. He was the witness to the murder, so the whole episode was figuring out who the murderer was. And Philip was a witness to it and confirmed who the killer was after they showed the picture. So they both moved the story along, they both had a character arc, and they both had multiple scenes in the episode. Now, if you want to know what a series regular role is, check out this video here.